Okay, so this will probably be a short video, right? So I'm just at the park right now. Um, I live in a shit area in terms of having nature, so this is the best I could find, right? But pretty much, I guess it's just a casual talk, right? Um, to slow down. That's pretty much it, right? So I'm just here. I've been here for like 30 minutes, just I guess grounding. So I'm barefoot, sitting in the grass, a bit of sun. That's the best you can get in the UK. So I take it. Um, but yeah, pretty much everything's moving real fast. Especially if you're in the AI space. But that's not the point. The point is just life in general is moving fast, right? Everything is quick. Everything is instant dopamine. It's super quick, right? So it's like the faster we move or the faster we advance, in a sense, the dumber we get, right? I mean, you could just see the IQ levels and stuff drop, or people's attention span getting worse, health decline, everything, right? So I think the most important part that's missing is silence, right? Just a break, a pause. So I mean, I've been moving too much, doing a lot of things, right? That I don't even know how to put into words, right? It's just loads of things happening at once, right? You just need space to breathe, you could say, right? And funnily enough, a video popped up on my feed like last week about how sitting in silence activates the creative part of the brain, right? Some kind of study where if the longer you sit in silence, the better output you get in terms of creativity, right? So you'd probably think doing the work, for example, just working on it constantly with minimal break is optimal, but you don't get the most out of your input, right? So taking a break, just relaxing. I forgot what it's called. It's called the default something about the brain, right? Which allows you to first off be more creative and second off just to process the day, right? Process everything that happened. Just put you in a relaxed state, I guess. That's probably the best way to put it. And that state is where you operate best, right? Some people operate in a state of fear, scarcity, any of those stuff. I guess you can have it seasons for that, right? Where you use the negative emotions just to propel you, but you can't sustain that, right? It's just you just can't live like that in that negative state, right? So you have to be, I guess you could say, powered or fueled up with something positive, right? So yeah, it's like you're doing something for the sake of hatred or the sake of trauma that can only take you so far. I mean, it can take you far. Don't get me wrong, but that fuel will burn real fast, and it just wouldn't take you far. Long distance. It will take you there. It will take you from like A to Z. Like if you were to go from A to Z, it'll probably take you from like A to K real fast. But then you'll have to take a long break to fuel up. You might even go back a bit just to go to A to Z. But if you use something positive in a sense, right? As gay as that sounds, or cringy as that sounds, then you'll get A to Z in a steady pace, and more importantly, in a pace that you just like, right? You enjoy the process. You ain't stressing about it. You ain't overthinking it. But I guess I'm going in a side tangent, kinda, right? Pretty much, the whole aim is just to take a break in a fast-moving world. I think silence, solitude, more so, is the biggest thing that's lacking, right? People's self-awareness is trash. Just their thinking process is trash, right? They can't think for themselves. I mean, a shit ton of things that comes with solitude, right? So yeah, I mean, just take a break, pretty much. That's all. That's all I can really say. Just silence, sit in nature, ideally, right? Because I read for like 10 minutes in the garden, but my garden's not big, right? So it's shit, not much nature as well. So I thought, let me come out to the park and just read here, right? So yeah, I haven't even read yet. I've been here for like maybe 40 minutes now, 45. I've just been sitting in silence, just thinking, processing shit. But yeah, I mean, life is pretty simple if you ask me. People just overcomplicate the process. Achieve freedom in all aspects is pretty much the main objective for everyone else, right? So you can be independent, not restrained to anything, not limited, just pure freedom. Do what you want, when you want, how you want, with who you want. So I mean, that's the goal to work towards, no matter how you want to do it. There's many ways, right? So you can do it the way, ideally you want to do it in a way that you like doing it, right? So it's sustainable, you can do it in the long run, you have fun while doing it, which is the whole point of life, right? I guess as another side tangent, I saw an IG reel, right, about top 16, I think it was, regrets that people have before they die. Um, which again might sound cringy, but it's worth a look at, right? It's pretty obvious stuff that you know, but you need constant reminders on the most basic and simple stuff. I think that's what people are lacking. People are looking for like complex solutions, complex methods, just complex everything, right? They think the more complex it is, the smarter they are, the better that path would be. But simplicity is always best. Nature runs on simplicity, life runs on simplicity. Just the laws of the universe, you could say, runs in a simple manner, right? So simplicity, I'm not saying it's easy, right? It's simple, but that doesn't make it easy. The simple things are usually the hardest in a sense, right? It's like that saying, hidden in plain sight. The simple thing is right in front of you, but you don't see it, right? You look everywhere except at that simple thing, um, which are just simple principles. Obviously, looking within, your own mind, your own thought, just stuff like that. But yeah, as I was saying, those top 16 quotes, just have a look at it, and you'll see the regrets, I guess, like working too much. But then working too much wouldn't really be a regret. So if you dissect each one, working too much wouldn't really be a regret if it's something that you like doing. And obviously, you're not going to make it your whole life 24/7, so you can't have time for family, which is another regret. Stuff like that, doing your hobbies, stuff like that, right? So you can dissect each one. Obviously, work on something you like. Obviously, build that relationship, start a family. Literally, a shit ton of things. I mean, people with this degenerate culture, just casual, sleeping around, stuff like that is just bullshit. Zero purpose, no souls attached. I mean, I've probably jumped onto several topics, right? But I'm just talking for the sake of talking. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, the society is only going to move faster. It's going to get faster with AI. Everything's going to be faster. So just take the break, sit in solitude, ideally in nature, and just let things process. And then ideas just pop up, right? You could just sit down like now. You could take walks. Ideas pop up, right? There's many quotes on philosophers, just greats talking about taking walks and ideas come. Sitting in solitude is where, I guess, what's the saying? Just where ideas are bred, right? Um, Inventions and stuff like that. So, yes, shit, the idea just lost my thought, lost my mind. Um, yeah, it's not coming back. But yeah, I think that's. I'm trying to think of it, man. I think it was a pretty good point, but I lost track of it. Yeah, I think that's it. If it does come up, I'll just hit record again. But yeah, take a break, sit in silence, um, let things process, and yeah, that's it. Take care.